Channel 1 has published a promotional video for the Russian Figure Skating Championship, which starts on December 22 in Krasnoyarsk. The video does not include footage of Beijing 2022 Olympic silver medalist Alexandra Trusova. However, the video shows Mikhail Kolyada, although it was previously announced that he would not participate in the Russian championship due to health problems. Recall the conflict between Trusova and Channel 1 began to be discussed after the Grand Prix stage in Samara. When, after the performance, Trusova waited for ratings and greeted the audience, commentators Alexander Grishin and Maxim Trankov managed with neutral phrases. And when the camera switched, they, apparently, forgot to turn off the microphones. And on the air of the broadcast, an unexpected dialogue sounded. "Initiate me into the politics of the party so that I understand what to say and what not to say," Grishin asked his colleague, the Olympic champion. "Well, Trusova, that's it. For the first channel," answered Maxim Trankov. The audience, who heard this strange dialogue, immediately became interested in what this everything means in relation to the athlete of the national team. And upon closer examination, we found that Svetlana Sokolovskaya, the new coach of Alexandra Trusova, to whom she left the group of Atari Tutburids, who works closely with Channel 1, was practically not shown on the air. Although Sokolovskaya had 2 students in the top 3 at once, and Samadokina was in the lead at all. The channel did not interview the winner of the short program Sofia Samadokina after winning the short program, although this was always done at all previous stages. During the men's competitions, they did not show Trusova rooting for her boyfriend Mark Kondratyuk. This, of course, is not an obligatory element of the broadcast, but last time the channel was happy to promote the theme of the novel of 2 famous athletes who take turns rooting for each other. In the evening on the news channel, Trusova's mistakes were announced as the main event. The main surprise of the first day was the disastrous performance of the vice-champion of the Olympic Games Alexandra Trusova. In the short program, instead of a double axel, she performed the so-called butterfly, made a mistake on a triple flip, one of the rotations was made to the 3rd level, and the step sequence did not even get to the 2nd level. As a result, Trusova did not even get 70 points, quote from the air. The spectators immediately remembered that no one's mistakes were covered in such a way at any of the previous stages. Well, the most noticeable thing is that Alexandra Trusova went out to the press area after the performance, and on the sleeve of her jacket, in place of the patch with the logo of Channel 1, there were only protruding threads. The patch, which was still at the stage in Sochi, was simply roughly torn off the sleeve of the jacket. In general, all this turned out to be enough for the social networks of figure skating fans, who are already not distinguished by calmness and regularly see conspiracies, exploded. Trusova's fans immediately remembered how much of the channel's broadcasts were devoted to Atari Tutburids, her headquarters and her group, recalled with what enthusiastic epithets the channel's commentators described each performance of Kamila Valieva, even when she failed her jumps over and over again this season. And then there's the RIA Novosti agency, citing a source familiar with the situation, said that Alexandra Trusova and Channel 1 have long-standing disagreements that have been going on since February of this year. The subject of the controversy has not been disclosed. A day after the end of the short program, the scandal among the girls grew so much that Maxim Trankov had to explain himself to the audience on social networks. The ex-athlete, who became a commentator, said that he did not interview the winner in the short program, because at that time there was a speech of officials in the arena. The interview had to be curtailed. And in response to the question of how he could support the boycott of the current athlete by the channel, he hinted that in fact the conflict initiative belongs to Trusova. Olympic figure skating champion Anna Shcherbakova posted a new entry on social networks. The athlete showed footage from a photo shoot for Hello magazine. This year, the athlete entered the Russian University of Sports GT Salivk. She is self-taught. Shcherbakova, 18, will miss the first half of the 2022-2023 season as she recovers from a knee injury. In the summer, she underwent surgery in Germany. At the same time, in the fall, Shcherbakova made her debut as the host of the Ice Age television project, where Olympic champions Alina Zagitova and Alexei Yagudin became her partners. Earlier, Shcherbakova was recognized as the Athlete of the Year in Russia. The skater's rivals in the final of the nomination were the Olympic relay champion skier Natalia Nepryaeva and the representative of bullet shooting Vitalina Batsarashkina, who won 2 gold medals in Tokyo 2020, World and European champion in 2015, silver medalist of the World Championship 2021 in women's single skating. Elizaveta Tuktamysheva told how she would like to see herself in 5 to 10 years. On December 17, the figure skater turned 26 years old. Confident, successful in something else besides figure skating, with a clear feeling that I can do something else besides sports, and I'm good at it. I don't know, at 18 it seemed to me that at 26 I would be different, but time passed, and I didn't change outwardly, at least. It's good. Probably, ice plays a role, the lifting effect is permanent. But if we talk not about how I would like to see myself, but what I would like to achieve, I would like to find a business that would benefit not only me, but also all the rest, many people in the world. I'm looking, I want, but it's difficult. To be frank, it's scary to start something new, because for 20 years you have been doing one thing in which you are a professional, and to start something new where you don't understand, it's scary to make a mistake and realize that it's not yours. If I find something, start and understand that it brings not only satisfaction to me, but also benefits to everyone, it will be great. Then there will be harmony in my soul, said Tuktamysheva. Elizaveta Tuktamysheva also explained why she did not participate in the personal tournament of the Russian Jumping Championship. I initially thought that I would not compete, because I understood that even if I get a quadruple sheepskin coat in a team tournament, then most likely I won't do it in a personal tournament, because I'll get tired after the team won, but you still have to be there in good shape. And with one triple axel in my personal I had nothing to do, because the girls would have jumped other quads. Therefore, I decided that I would calmly prepare, especially since at that moment I did not feel quite optimally, and it was the right decision, said Tuktamysheva. In addition, Elizaveta Tuktamysheva spoke about the features of her character. For me, the best solution in an uncertain situation is always to do what you can. And not because it is necessary, although you do not always want to. It just seems to me that in dark times you always need to find light. And since figure skating is light for me, the main thing in my life now, then, of course, I find an outlet in this, especially if there is a strong interest in what I do, in my programs, in my development as an athlete. I'd rather put it all together. Naturally, I will be afloat, trying to do something, and at the same time not forcing too much, just go with the flow so as not to have bright hopes, so that later I will not experience strong disappointment if they do not come true. Clearly understand the situation and find ways to change something in your life for the better, Tuktamysheva said.